Hello and welcome as I start my new sketchbook. So I made this sketchbook a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I saw some tutorials for this beautiful accordion style binding and it was really easy, so I put together this sketchbook and now of course I'm scared to begin it, but I just wanted to try some different papers. So I've got watercolor paper, and then with the mixed media I've been doing, I just wanted some colored card in there to see how it would go. And I made this sketchbook. It doesn't have very many pages, but I did that on purpose because now I'm scared to start it. Like, I love how beautiful it looks and how beautiful it feels, and I am scared to start it. So that's why we are here together today. We're going to start my new sketchbook and set it up and just get into it so that I'm not afraid to use it anymore and I can play and have fun. So on the first page, which is always the scariest, I've got a little envelope I've just made. So I'm just going to fold that together right now, and then I'm going to, I think, write myself a little note, maybe a little prayer in there as I start this sketchbook, just to make it a little less scary. And then we might start with my name, and I've got a little stamp that says from the Library of Sasha, so I think I'm going to put that in here too on the very first page and just get into this sketchbook. So I'm got that freedom and I can start creating rather than just staring at my pretty sketchbook. So I've made this little envelope. I think I'm actually going to stick it over on this side, and I might stick it like that. So I've just got my glue runner here. Sorry if you can hear all those sirens. And I'm not going to do it on my sketchbook. I'm going to do it on here. Oh no, has this just run out of tape? No, okay. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, I've just stuck it down onto itself. Okay. Okay, there we go. It's my little envelope. And now I'm just going to put some tape on this back side. I wonder if this will transfer onto it. Nope. Okay. Well, let's just put some tape onto here so that I can stick it on over here. I think just in the middle is nice. Oh, it's a little bit crooked. Oops, just crunched my sketchbook a little bit. I'm just holding that up so I'm not hopefully breaking my sketchbook already on day one of using it. Okay, so now I've got my little envelope in there, and I just want to make a little note. So I'm just going to make this a little bit narrower than I think I need. So maybe about there. See, will that fit in there? Yep, that's quite a bit narrower. And then I've just got some scissors here, and hopefully I can cut along the line on camera because that would be embarrassing if I can't. And I'm going a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Yeah, so it just does like a nice edge. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to do the same just on the other side. I bought these scissors in a 2-pack, but they're not really that great. They're a bit hit and miss, so I wouldn't recommend them. They were meant to have a 10-year warranty, so they were meant to be pretty good, but they're okay. I don't mind them. So I've got my little note / prayer paper now, and if I mess it up, I've got plenty of scrap paper. I just pulled some printer paper that I could use. And I encourage you to get out your sketchbook and sketch along with me, or set up your own sketchbook. And little envelopes, easy to make. Write yourself a little note, a little prayer to your future self that you can read when you finish your sketchbook. Just going to move that up here, and I'm going to get out my pen. So this is a a little fountain pen I got actually not that long ago, and I got it from Amazon, and it's just got a bit of an interesting nib, and I filled it with my own green color ink, which I'll just test here because I haven't used it in a little while, and I'm a bit worried the ink's clogged the nib. There we go, we're getting some flow now. Alright, I don't love the sound it makes. I'm really sound sensitive, but it makes less of a sound if you've got a bit of hard paper beneath it. So I've got a little bit of watercolor paper I'm just going to chuck underneath my paper. And then I'm thinking, how will I fold this in this envelope? So I'm probably going to just make some little folds, I think, like that. And like, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm literally just holding the paper up because I just want to know how it will sit in my little envelope. I wonder if I should do it like that. That could be cute, and then I could pull it out. Okay, and then I'm on the front and going to write. I think I'm just going to say, I haven't planned this out, I'm just doing it spur of the moment, but I think I'm going to say, Dear Future Sasha, and maybe I'll just do a little heart. Anyway, green is my favorite color, so oops, I was thrilled that this pen came in green and I could get some green ink to put it in here. And now I'm just going to, I think, time lapse while I write my little note. And I hope you are in your journal and writing a note to yourself. Okay, so I just ended up writing a little prayer. Instead of more of a note to myself, it was a note to God, which I think is a lovely way to start my notebook. And hopefully when I finish this, maybe I can reflect on the back and give a prayer of thanks and thanksgiving, or just reflect how this sketchbook went, what I liked, what I didn't like about it. But that was a lovely way to start my sketchbook, and I think I'm going to incorporate that practice in future. Let's finish off our front page first. So I'm going to this side up, and I'm going to squeeze, hopefully hard enough that it embosses. Okay. Oh, it's done it great. Okay. It's just a little emboss, and then here's my envelope as well. Okay, that's the start of our page. I wonder if I should zoom in a bit so you can see a bit closer in. Okay, so now I'm scared to start. I've got the first page jitters. Hopefully that has dried, and I'm just going to flip to the back page, and I'm going to just start testing some materials. So I've got, I condensed quite a lot of my kit into this little bag that one of my friends at church and her kids gave to me because I teach Sunday school. And this is what I've been traveling with when I go traveling. So I've just made a little selection of my pencils. I've got a really tiny set of watercolors. I take my watercolor brush and a little bit of liquid, a little tin of my little broken Nero colors, and of course this pen, which I'm trying to incorporate into my art despite the sound, and then some brush markers. So this is what I've been traveling with. So this is probably what I want to swatch out in the back of my sketchbook, is a lot of these things. But I also want to test the other materials because I want to see what this paper does. So I'm just going to get out a bunch of my supplies, and I will start with this pen because that seems like a great idea. I'm not sure if you can see exactly, but it was really helpful to have done those tests. So you can see the Neo colors did really well on this paper, as did the color pencils, but some of the shades didn't do well. Like this was a pinky shade. Of course it's not showing up, but it's showing up quite gray. Here was a lilac-y purple, and it's just coming across as a grey blue. So that was good to test. Of course there was my pen test, which I liked. The paper has absorbed wet material very quickly. So up the top we've got some of those pan gouaches, we've got some watercolor in here. The acrylic markers actually absorbed really quickly as well. I couldn't smudge them at all. I've got some acrylic ink that I love, this bright pink color, which is pop. And the gelatos went really well as well. They're a bit muted, but they went onto the paper really creamy. They smudged really well. The Neo Color 2s were great. Not so great activated with water. And then over here the brush markers, very muted, absorbed really quickly. And a lot of the different shades are just coming up as grey. So that was a yellow color, a yellowy color, which came up okay. The darker green and the darker blue came up okay. But yeah, overall I'm really happy to have swatched these, and I think it will be useful I'm just doing another test while we're speaking. I was just thinking maybe I should try putting some watercolor over some of these materials just to see what happens. Yeah, so just playing, just getting some color on the page, not being precious, so I know what's going to happen on these different colored papers. This white paper is watercolor paper, so it will look quite different to what happened on the pink page. I think I'm just going to do some florals around there, so I'm just going to pick out some colors, and I might use my gouache as well. Actually, let's maybe, let's just go crazy. One of these gelatos is really shiny, which is also fun on the first page of your sketchbook. So I'm wondering if I want to add a little bit more of that, because I like the shininess of it. I'm trying to play, I'm trying to explore, I'm trying to learn, you know, what's going to happen. So I've gone first with that Caran d'Ache gouache, and then, or gouache, however you want to say it, and then I think Neo Color gelatos might go well over it once it's dry. It's a little bit damp still, nearly dry. And of course I don't want to lose any of this beautiful sparkling texture, because I love that. It brings me joy and a bit of whimsy when I open my sketchbook. And the other thing I might try to do on top is some of these acrylic pens. It's not looking like much of anything, but I'm going to keep going because here we are now, so we can't stop now. It is very bright and I love the sparkles, but I wanted to bring back some of the detail, which I'm not getting with the Neo colors, which I thought I would. And I suspect my acrylic markers are not going to go very well over these, but oh, maybe, okay. just about done. It has quite a lot of texture, which is exciting. Like, I love my sketchbook colourful. I've liked trying all these materials. I really like the shimmer and the bit of whimsy. I also really like the hot pink. That will make some textures because I've used it quite thick on top of not quite dry, and I probably didn't shake it up the best. But I don't mind that texture. I don't love this flower, but I really like this one and this one. And the blue background, I'm not 100% sure on it. I thought I wanted it darker, but maybe I should try to make it a bit lighter. I'm not sure. What has happened on the back is what I'd like. Wow. Okay, so this was watercolor paper, but look what's happened. That's very interesting. So it's not watercolor paper I will be using to make actual watercolor paints on. And I'm wondering if I need to stick some paper in there. Wow, I shouldn't have committed. So that was on the watercolor paper side. Okay. Well, I've learnt a lot here today. I hope you have too. And even though we haven't made beautiful art, we have made colourful. We've made a colourful first page. We've gotten into the sketchbook. It's not precious anymore because look at what we've done to it. But I am excited the possibilities with this on the coloured paper. I'm hoping to finish this in a month or two, but it's going to depend because I really don't like this paper, which is such a shame. But it's going to make it easier to use, hopefully. And we've broken through the precious first page, and I am looking forward to trying out the coloured paper. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a great week, and that the Lord is with you, that He blesses you and He keeps you, and His face shines upon you, and have fun creating. Bye bye.